I never imagined my fairy tale would end with me hiding behind a parked car, watching my fiancé lock lips with my coworker. But there it was, plain as day, shattering everything I believed in. My name is Laura, and up until that moment I thought I had it all figured out. Alex and I met 3 years ago at a mutual friend's wedding. He was the charming groomsman who spilled champagne on my dress and spent the rest of the night making me laugh about it. I was fresh out of a bad breakup, working as a graphic designer in a bustling ad agency, and not looking for anything serious. But Alex had this way about him, warm and genuine, like he saw right through to the real me. We started dating casually, coffee dates turning into weekend getaways, and before I knew it, he was down on one knee last summer, promising forever under a sky full of stars at our favorite beach spot. Life with him felt solid, you know. We rented a little apartment downtown, the kind with exposed brick walls and a tiny balcony where we'd sip wine and talk about our dreams. I'd come home from long days at the office to find him cooking pasta, humming off-key to old rock songs. He worked in sales for a tech company, always on the road for meetings, but he'd call every night to say goodnight. We planned our wedding for next spring, picking out invitations and arguing playfully over cake flavors. Vanilla for him, chocolate for me. Friends envied us, saying we were that couple who just clicked. I trusted him completely. Why wouldn't I? He'd look me in the eyes and say, "Laura, you're my everything. I can't wait to build a life with you." The first hints of trouble were so small I almost missed them. About 2 months ago, Alex started coming home later than usual. "Client dinners ran long," he'd explain, collapsing on the couch with a tired smile. I'd nod and heat up leftovers, but something nagged at me. His phone began lighting up more often, texts he'd glance at and then pocket quickly. One evening I caught him in the kitchen, chuckling at a message. "Who's that?" I asked lightly, stirring our stir-fry. He shrugged it off. "Just work stuff, babe. Nothing important." His voice was casual, but he didn't meet my eyes. I pushed the thought away, telling myself I was overreacting. Relationships aren't perfect, right? Everyone has off days. Then came the weekends. He used to love our lazy Saturdays, binge-watching shows or hiking nearby trails. But lately, he'd make excuses to run errands alone. Need to pick up dry cleaning, or meeting a buddy for coffee. I'd offer to join, but he'd say, "No need, I'll be quick." One time he left his laptop open, and I saw an email pop up from someone named Jess. The subject was innocent enough, lunch plans. But it felt off. Jess was my coworker, a bubbly account manager I'd introduced to Alex at our office holiday party last year. They hit it off as friends, or so I thought. I didn't snoop further, but doubt planted its seed. My mind started racing with what-ifs. Was I imagining things? I'd lie awake at night, listening to his steady breathing, wondering if he still loved me the way he said. Little details stuck out. A whiff of unfamiliar perfume on his jacket, a receipt for flowers I never received tucked in his wallet. I confronted him once, gently, over dinner. "Alex, is everything okay? You've seemed distant." He took my hand, his touch familiar and reassuring. "I'm just stressed with work, Laura. You know how it is. I love you more than anything." His words melted my worries for a bit, but the unease lingered like a shadow. It all came crashing down on a crisp autumn afternoon. I had left work early, headache pounding from a tough client call, and decided to surprise Alex with his favorite coffee. His office was just a few blocks away, so I walked over, imagining his smile when I showed up. As I approached the building, I spotted his car in the parking lot across the street. I was about to cross when I saw him step out, looking around nervously. Then Jess appeared, her red coat bright against the gray day. They hugged, but it wasn't a friendly one. It lingered too long. My heart dropped as he leaned in and kissed her, soft at first, then deeper, like they couldn't get enough. I ducked behind a nearby SUV, my hands shaking so badly the coffee spilled on my shoes. Time slowed. This couldn't be real. My fiancé, the man who'd promised forever, was making out with someone I saw every day at work. Anger mixed with nausea, tears blurring my vision. How long had this been going on? Right under my nose. I couldn't hide forever. Gathering what strength I had, I stepped out and marched over. Alex! My voice cracked louder than I intended. They jumped apart, faces flushing with guilt. Jess stammered, "Laura, oh my God, I..." But Alex just stared, his mouth opening and closing like a fish. "What is this?" I demanded, my voice rising. "How could you?" He reached for me. "Laura, please let me explain. It's not what you think. Not what I think. I saw you kissing her." Tears streamed down my face now, hot and unstoppable. Jess backed away, mumbling apologies, but I ignored her. This was between me and him. Alex's shoulders slumped. "It started a few months ago. We were working on that joint project, remember? One late night led to another. I didn't mean for it to happen. I love you, but..." Things with Jess just felt exciting. Exciting. The word stabbed me. Our life, our plans weren't enough. I felt hollow, like my chest had been scooped out. "You promised forever," I whispered, my voice breaking. "We were getting married." "I know," he said, eyes pleading. "I messed up. Can we talk about this at home?" But I was done. The shock turned to fury. "No, we're done. Give me the ring back." I held out my hand, steady despite everything. He slipped it off slowly, and I turned away, leaving them there in the lot. The days after were a blur of pain. I called in sick to work, packed his things, and changed the locks. Jess quit the agency a week later, but that didn't fix the betrayal. Friends rallied around me, offering hugs and ice cream, but nights were the worst. Alone in our bed that now felt too big. I scrolled through old photos, wondering where it went wrong. Was I blind? Too trusting? Eventually I started healing. Therapy helped unpack the hurt, and I threw myself into my art, designing pieces that channeled my emotions. No big revenge plot, just quiet steps forward. I even went on a solo trip to that beach where he proposed, watching the waves crash and letting go of the whats. Betrayal like that changes you, makes you question everything. But it also shows your strength. If you're out there feeling that gut twist of doubt, listen to it. Promises are just words until they're tested, and sometimes, forever is just a pretty lie.